Hello, IminiWealth family. I'm your host, lolaowokoniran. Welcome back to IminiWealthTV, your bridge to financial security and independence, where we discuss all things about money, wealth, and finance. Today, we're talking about something that many of us tend to put off, but trust me, it's more important than you think. We're diving into estate planning. And no, it's not just for the wealthy or people with huge mansions. Estate planning is for everyday people like you and me who care about protecting our families and making sure our wishes are respected. So, whether you've got a house, some savings, or even just a favorite piece of jewelry you want to pass down, estate planning helps you take control. So, let's get into it. All right, first off, what is estate planning? If you're hearing the word estate and thinking of some billionaire's fancy estate, let me stop you right there. Your estate is just a fancy way of saying everything you own, your house, your bank accounts, even your car. And yes, that special keepsake from your grandmother or grandfather. Estate planning is simply about making decisions now for what happens to your stuff, your things, later. Like after you're gone, or if something happens where you can't make decisions for yourself. It's not about how much you own. It's about making sure what you do have goes where you want it to go and that your family is well taken care of. Now, there are a few key pieces to a good estate plan. Don't worry, we'll keep it simple and break it down. Number one, a will. A will is probably the one that you've heard about the most. This is the document where you write down who gets what. It could be your house, your savings, your car, or even that sentimental item you want your daughter or son to have. Now, without a will, the government decides who gets what. They decide how your assets, your items, your estate is split up. And trust me, you do not want that. Number two, a trust. This one might sound a little more fancy, but it's actually super useful for the everyday person. A trust lets you control how and when your assets are given out, especially if you've got kids. And here's the bonus. Trust can help your family avoid the long, expensive process of probate, which is just a fancy word for the court. Number three, power of attorney, POA. Let's say you're in a situation where you can't make decisions for yourself, maybe because of an illness or you're incapacitated. A power of attorney allows someone you trust to handle your finances, pay your bills, and manage your affairs while you can't. Number four, healthcare directives. This is a big one. A healthcare directive allows you to decide what kind of medical care you want if you're unable to speak for yourself. Think of it as giving your family clear instructions so they're not left guessing during a tough time. Now, these documents might all sound serious, but they are just about making sure your wishes are clear and your family is well protected. Now, I hear a lot of myths about estate planning. So let's clear those up, shall we? Myth number one, I'm too young for estate planning. Listen, you don't have to be in your 70s to think about this. Life can be unpredictable. Whether you're 25 or 55, having a plan in place gives you peace of mind. And it's not just about what happens after you've gone, it's about making sure you're covered if something happens while you're still here. Myth number two, I don't have enough to worry about estate planning. This one gets me all the time. Estate planning is not just for millionaires. If you have a car, a savings account, or even a favorite recipe book you want passed down to your kids, you got an estate. It's about making sure whatever you have goes to the people you love in the way you want it. Myth number 3, it's too complicated. It doesn't have to be. Sure, it can get complex if you've got businesses or a ton of assets. But for most people, getting the basics like a will and a power of attorney, guardianship papers can be straightforward. And trust me, you sleep much better knowing that you've got all of this handled. So, what happens if you don't have an estate plan? Well, that's when things get messy, really messy. If you don't have a will or a plan, the state decides how your stuff, your estate, gets divided. And that usually means going to court, legal fees, probate court fees, and a lot of time in court. Your family could be left waiting for months, maybe even years, to get everything sorted out. Plus, they might not get what you would have wanted them to get. So let's make sure that that doesn't happen, okay? All right, how do you get started with estate planning? Here are 3 simple steps to help you today. Nothing fancy, just practical things you can do right now. Number 1, make a list of your assets. This could be your house, savings, your investments, that family heirloom or jewelry or artwork, or even your car. Number 2, decide who gets what. Who do you want to leave things to? Whether it's your partner, your kids, or even your best friend. Make sure your wishes are clear. Number 3, talk to a professional. Estate planning doesn't have to be expensive, but it's a good idea to get advice from an estate planning attorney or a financial advisor to make sure everything is set up properly. Thanks for hanging out with me today on IminiWealthTV. Remember, estate planning is all about protecting what matters most: your family, your legacy, and your peace of mind. It's something we all need, no matter how big or small our estate is. So do yourself a favor, start today, take control, and make sure your wishes are followed. If you found this video helpful, hit that like button, subscribe to our channel here on IminiWealthTV, tap the bell so you don't miss out on more simple, smart money tips from yours truly. If you've got questions, drop them in the comment section. I love hearing from you, and I'll answer your estate planning questions in the upcoming video. Until next time, stay blessed, stay wealthy, and stay in control of your financial future. Bye for now.